Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Hey, sup hot stuff? Welcome back to the channel. Oh, me? I'm doing fantastic, is how I'm doing. Thanks for asking. So today, I kind of have a silly video for you guys. Just a silly little video. Because over on Twitter, everyone's favorite person, Justin, aka the Wazler Wong, he's been stirring up controversy, as he tends to do every once in a while. Because Season 3 of Street Fighter 6 is right around the corner, right? And, you know, everyone, they're talking about all the characters they want to see come to the game. Justin, he took it upon himself to list a bunch of characters that he does not want to see come to the game. And it started this whole thread of people listing characters that they hate and they don't want to see, right? And all the usual suspects were there, right? Your El Fortes, your Rufuses, your Abigails, right? And I already have a video talking about characters that I don't think should come back. And mind you, I don't hate any of these characters, right? I have the impression that Street Fighter 6 can bring in any of these characters and make them super duper interesting, right? I have no hate for any of these characters, you know? So this got me thinking, right? I wanted to make a video about characters that maybe people don't hate them, but people sure do not like them, right? A character that, like, you know, if you walk into a crowded room, right, and you're like, oh, I main this character, people will give you that stank face, you know what I mean? They're like, ugh, really? Why? You like that character? Characters like that, right? But people don't absolutely hate them, right? These are characters that I think can be brought into Street Fighter 6 and can be immediate fan favorite characters, right? Characters, you know, like Ed, right? People didn't hate him, but people sure did not like him. And now he's in Street Fighter 6, and people absolutely like this dude, right? They love him, right? He's super cool. He's currently my main. I love playing Ed. So I have, you know, I have 4 characters, right? Maybe 5. I might have a 5th secret character on this list. And we're just going to take a look at these characters. Before we get into it, do me a favor, guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys like Street Fighter. Or if you guys just like Capcom games in general, help your boy out. I would appreciate that. We're almost at 2,000 subs. But without any further ado, the first character I want to talk about is Decapre. Decapre is this, like, failed clone of Cammy, and she's one of the dolls, and she's kind of cool, but we also hate her at the same time, right? It's hard to explain, right? She has this, like, Phantom of the Opera mask thing going on. She has this, like, psycho-powered wrist blade, right? And she looks like Cammy. In theory, this is a badass character, right? There's nothing wrong with Decapre. It's just that, like, well, I mean, the way she was dropped into Street Fighter 4, they were, like, drumming up this, like, this final character reveal, and people were all excited, and then, boom, it's Decapre. Mind you, Cammy had been dominating the tier list for the past, like, 2 years before this, right? So people were like, dude, you're gonna throw us another Cammy? And on top of that, Decapre, her gameplay wasn't that, you know, spectacular. There wasn't anything super duper crazy there, right? One of her supers was this big psycho orb. They gave that to Ed, right? Ed has the psycho cannon, the big orb, right? So now that Ed has, you know, one of her main techniques, I'm just the thought of what they could do with her if they put her in Street Fighter 6. Just think about that. Close your eyes. Think about that. Pretty cool, right? Like, dude, I think they can throw Decapre into Street Fighter 6 and do some really interesting things with her, right? Mostly on the mobility front. I love mobility in my fighting games, right? I play Cinder and Killer Instinct, so dude, listen. I like flying across the screen. Usually in fighting games, flying across the screen is not really that good, but it's fun. I like doing it, you know? So Decapre is my first character on this list, okay? Our second character is Sodom. So Sodom, fun fact, Sodom and Decapre, they were originally going to get added into Street Fighter 5, and just, I don't know what happened, they just fell through. You know, Capcom, they decided last minute, you know what? Hey, take Sodom out of there, right? Take Decapre out of there. Get them out of there. Which, I think they could have benefited from being in Street Fighter V, you know, because they were just throwing anyone into Street Fighter V, dude. It was, Abigail, throw Abigail in there, right? Zeku, hey, throw Zeku in there too, right? So, Sodom and Decapre, they never made it into Street Fighter V. Sodom is this, he's basically this big, like, samurai dude, right? But not really. He's actually like a weeb. He's this American Mad Gear Gang dude. But he just likes Japanese culture, right? Which, you know, in today's day and age, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, I think he would be a fan favorite character in today's day and age. But you know what? People don't like him, you know? People don't hate him, mind you, but people don't like him. And he's kind of a mix between like a he's a Rekka style character, but also he has some command grabs as well. So he's this weird, interesting hybrid character. I feel like they could bring him into Street Fighter 6, just like Decapre, do some really interesting things with him, give him an actual like gameplay identity, because he hasn't been in a Street Fighter game since Street Fighter Alpha, right? That's a long ass time ago, dude. He has not been in a game in this century. Is that right? Yeah, I do. Listen, in the 90s, he's one of those 90s ass characters. So yeah, Sodom, he's high on my list of characters that I want them to bring back. I might not even play him, but I feel like he deserves to be in a modern day Street Fighter game, right? I'm probably not the only one who thinks that. So moving on from Sodom, we have another character who has been relegated to the 90s, and it's Remy, right? Remy is a Street Fighter 3 character. He is one of Alex's rivals. He's this green-haired Frenchman, and he's kind of loosely based off of Iori from SNK, right? You could kind of see the resemblance there, you know? And Remy, he was essentially the Guile stand-in of Street Fighter 3, right? He has a, you know, Sonic Boom, he has a Flash Kick. He calls him something else. I don't know. Dude, I should know these things. I played Remy in Street Fighter 3. He was one of my 3 main characters behind Akuma and Sean. You know, I think I played Remy more than Sean. Anyway, Remy's a cool character. It's just that, like, you get the feeling that Capcom didn't really know what they wanted to do with him. You know? I have hope for Remy, though, because in Street Fighter V, they really decided to differentiate Guile and Nash, right? Because beforehand, they were, you know, they were really close. They were really similar characters. Dude, not in Street Fighter V, man. Nash is a completely different animal in Street Fighter V. You know, speaking of Nash, I want to see Nash come back, too. Dude, Nash in Street Fighter 6 would be so sick, dude. Oh, my God. But listen, we're not talking about Nash right now. We're talking about Remy, right? I do like Remy. I think his story is weird, that his sister is like frozen in a block of ice or some crazy shit like that. What is going on with that? You know? And Street Fighter 6, it takes place after Street Fighter 3. Finally, right? And it's kind of weird. We don't have any Street Fighter 3 characters in the game yet, right? We're going to start getting them, starting with Elena, probably next month, right? I think Remy is one of those characters that, you know, he needs to be addressed, right? Bring Remy back. Let's see what's going on with him. Give him a more fleshed out, you know, play style. I think that'd be really cool. And then last but not least, our 4th character is Falk. And contrary to popular belief, I don't hate Falk. I really don't. I don't hate Falk. I poke fun at Falk in a lot of my videos. But, like, she's cool, right? She's one of those Neo Shadaloo psycho-powered characters, right? Like Ed, right? Like Baba the Gorilla, who I really want to see come to the game, right? And I have this narrative that I really want to see the other Neo Shadaloo characters come in, right? Like Baba, like Cypher, and Falk she could come to. You know, she's an important character in that storyline. What they did with her in Street Fighter V, it didn't hit, unfortunately, right? She's cool, right? She's this, you know, this laid-back Ice Queen type character, right? It's just that gameplay-wise, she was kind of lame, you know? But you know what? A staff-wielding character. Come on. I know Street Fighter 6. If JP is anything to go by, right? They could do some really cool things with Falk, right? So I'll throw Falk a bone, right? I'll give her praise just this once. She is kind of cool, you know. But we're not done. There is one more character that I want to talk about. It's Abel. What's going on with Abel? Did you know Abel was the main character of Street Fighter 4? I didn't know that. Not a lot of people do. Because Abel, he's kind of just... He's there for the Seth plotline. Then they just toss him to the wayside. He's kind of whatever, you know. In my opinion, Abel's probably the worst main character in Street Fighter. He's just not interesting. He's really boring, you know. And like, there's two other characters that kind of do what Abel do already. That's Alex and Manon, right? They kind of just take everything that Abel does, right? So where does Abel, like, what can he do in Street Fighter now, right? So I feel like if they bring Abel back in Street Fighter 6, they have a chance to do something really cool with him, right? Really explore his French, you know, MMA roots, right? Because like I like Luke a lot, right? Luke is he's the MMA fighter character that I've always wanted, right? Even though people hate him. Dude, I feel like Abel, they can, I don't know, man, they can do something really interesting with him, you know? They can explore Abel's history as a mercenary. People don't know that. Abel was a mercenary, right? There's some cool stuff there, man. Anyway, Abel's the last character. He was a last minute addition. I thought about Abel right before I started recording this video. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's my list. What do you guys think? Are there any characters that, you know, maybe you guys don't hate, but like maybe you just don't like them, you know? Are there any of those characters that you guys want to see added into Street Fighter 6? Let me know in the comment section below, because I am curious. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.